Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you join us from. Let me start up my well, I don't know what happened. Let me see. Did you take this off of the Bluetooth? Wait, guys, I'm sorry. There you go. Well, it must have just happened because I was just listening to it. I got to play this. It gets me going, it gets me excited.
The real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground.
Thank y'all so much for your patience. You know, I like to play that song, man. It gets me going. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I see Jacob Chanje. I guess Michael Beecher Life will be on here. I believe he's still in Bohol, soaking up the sun and everything. Shout out to my old heads. There's Roger Walker, Brandon Bonner, Gerald Wilkins. Thank y'all so much for all y'all support. My buddy Jeffrey Tatter. Any new viewers and subscribers, join us today. Welcome. And of course, anybody that's going to watch this on replay, thank y'all so much. The topic today is the perks that come with living in the Philippines. How sweet it is. There's a lot of perks to living here, guys. We get off track and, everybody wants to be negative, but there's a lot of perks to living here in the Philippines. And we're just going to talk about some of them today. Maybe there's some new people who are on the fence about whether to come or not. They hear about the kidnapping and all of that other stuff. But what about the good stuff? The peso is 56.7. Unbelievable right now. If you're over here, you really need to be exchanging that money right now, taking advantage of that. You don't know what it's going to be from one day to the next. It's almost like the gasoline. Remember how the gasoline was over there at 9 o'clock in the morning? It's $2. Then then at 1 o'clock it's $3, and then it'll go back down. That's how the peso's going over here. It's 84 degrees here in San Carlos City, but it feels like 93. It's a 76% humidity right now at 9:30 in the morning. Man, crazy. R68 DVR said, "What's up, guys? Back in the world from Slovakia?" Yeah. And remember, September 16, 2023, approximately 4:30 a.m., I'm going to set off on this walk from San Carlos City to Dumaguete. I should arrive on the boulevard around the 19th. That's my goal. And, I'm getting a lot of doubters, man. I'm shocked. But then again, I'm not shocked because my mother used to tell me when people can't do something, they try to convince you that you can't do it. But, I don't understand it, guys. One of the perks that I put down here for being over in the Philippines is the tropical weather. See, I don't just sit around over here. With that tropical weather like that, you can be more active. Man, I'm out. I used to play tennis, ride my bike. Now I'm walking. I do all kinds of stuff, man. I don't sit on the couch over here on the bar stool. I'm real active, man. I'm in great shape. And by the time I do this walk, I'm going to be in probably the best shape of my life. And some guy asked me, well, what kind of shoes you gonna wear? I've been getting a couple of suggestions, but in my mind, I like the Brooks because I wore the Beast. It's called the Beast. I don't know if they have it over here. In 2005, when I did my walk, it was $130. So whatever shoe, it's going to be the top of the line. I'm going to have the top of the line of everything for this walk, because if not, this walk will embarrass you. You know, you can't be playing. You know, I got to have the dry fit, the hat, the shades, the whole 9 yards. And the only thing that I'm worried about, because I'm going to walk facing the traffic, is that some fool don't run me over. That's why I'm doing it, because if I walk with the traffic, man, I'm putting my life in my hands. I have to be able to see these people coming at me. The driving over here is a whole lot different than what I'm used to. But yeah, guys, I need y'all support on that, man. Tell people, you know, watch these videos, man, because Saturday I'm going to do my first long walk. I wish I asked Pumpkin Joe about his drone, but he's retired. I think he's retired from YouTube. I'll get a guy here and pay him. I'm going to walk from here. I'm going to try to walk from here to Valor Hermosa. That's where John's girlfriend lives. That's about, I want to say 20 kilometers. I'm not for sure, but somewhere around that. And I want somebody with a drone to follow me. You know, you have to follow me the whole way. But that's going to be my first long walk. And then Sunday, we're traveling to Cebu to catch the to-go on Monday to Cagayan de Oro City for the meet and greet, August 24th at the Charlie Beach Resort and Conference Center, 3 p.m., guys. It's a real nice place. Shout out to Claude Roberts and his wife for hooking that up. But yeah, you know, of course, you know, when I made the video yesterday, look, guys, this is YouTube. Can we have some fun sometimes? People get so upset about things. You know, I said, my girlfriend, my Filipino girlfriend wants me for my good looks and intelligence. Yeah, right. Well, people got upset about that. You know, and I don't understand why. I mean, that's an old argument. And, you know, everybody seems to think they're the exception. It's very few exceptions to that. And then it's just my opinion. And then they're going to treat me like I don't have an opinion. And then they'll go ahead and voice their opinion. You know, like one guy down there, he called me a preacher. And he said he was dating, and according to him, I could go on here and see who this guy is. He called me a preacher, so I'm going to call him a clown. Since he wants to, you know, he wants to call me out my name. He claims he was dating models, actual models back in America. He just got tired of them, he said. So he shows up in the Philippines, of all the places that he could have went. Why did you come to the Philippines? The earth is 197 million square miles, approximately 58 million square miles of land. And you just throw a dart and landed in the Philippines? No, there's a reason you came over here. And I make the videos like that because I want to get off the back of the little Filipino, guys, and turn around and make you look at yourself. Why are you over here? I said. Why are you here? One guy says, Carol, I ain't gonna lie to you. I get all the women I want in America, but I came to the Philippines for the cost of living. Oh, you did? Well, there's 100 other places where the cost of living is a whole lot lower than the Philippines. Man, y'all guys, who y'all think y'all talking to when y'all get on here with this stuff? I'm a seasoned veteran over here. I don't know everything, but here, I'm a seasoned veteran. You can't pull that on me. I know why you over here. But you won't say it. You're afraid to say it. Hey, W Secret to Success, thanks for that super chat. He says, Cal, we aren't doubting you, just concerned about your well-being. That's a long way, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. But I'm not gonna do it in one swoop. I'm gonna do it over 3.5 days. Which if I walk 10 hours a day, 8 to 10 hours a day, that's why I'm starting out so early. So that when I finish, I have all the rest of the day to recover. And then, because I know I've done it before. Remember, I walked 80 miles before. And you get up there and see the first day, it's going to be bad, but not as bad as the second day and not as bad as that third day. That's why having good socks, good shoes, bananas, and all of that, hydration and everything like that is so important. But I should be all right, man. Listen, people run a 26.2-mile marathon in 4 hours, and they make it. So I can walk 3 marathons. I'm walking. They're running, guys. But yeah, I am. Big love. Actually, it's not going to be a vest. All of my shirts, there's a guy by the name of Emmanuel Finley. He sent me some great dry fit shirts, but only one of them is orange. I'm going to wear that one of those days, maybe the first day. But I want to show you what this guy said, because he's the exception about that. And I don't understand why people get so upset about that. It's like, why do you think these women won't even be bothered with you? You live on the other side of the planet. I mean, does it make sense to you, to date somebody 8,000 miles away? It doesn't make sense to me, man. Somebody make it make sense to me. He said he got tired of dating the damn models over there. Let him tell it. But there was so many comments on here, I don't even know if I can really. But I was just wanting to show you the pushback that you get when you make a video like that. When you take the onus off the Filipina just for 1 minute and put it on us, we lose our damn mans, because we don't want anybody. We don't want that attention. We don't want people to. Oh, here he is. His name is Ger Burke. He says, so is your own wife just with you for the same reasons you just implied? Yeah, initially, yes. Okay. Every woman I've ever dealt with over here, initially, they were interested in me for the opportunity. Okay. Then he says, let me tell you something, preacher. My ex-wife was a former model. She was and still is a stunning lady. And he goes on and talk about, the reason I raised our son alone. Okay. He said, I went to the Philippines not because I couldn't get an attractive woman here, but because I didn't want one from here. Oh, really? He says he chatted with his woman for 4 years. You a damn fool then for doing all of that. It don't take all of that. And now now let me ask, are you married? Because if you are, you've just made my case. Dummy. What does it say? Okay. Chatted with her. She is from a comfortable family and has a government job. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Well, she won. If you married, she won. A government job. Like that pays a lot of money over here. Who you think you're talking to? But yeah, guys, let's get to the topic. Also, I'm going to have an update on Gail. Remember Gail? We tried to find her family, her father. Well, Gail's got a little small restaurant. And on my walk yesterday, I walked right past it, and she leaned out and said, hey. So she said, do an update on me. And I'm going to do it. She's got a little bitty restaurant, and I'm going to go and patronize her. Sam McCall said, "What's up, brother Cal? We are here at Paco, Manila at the CFO Commission for Overseas Workers. 52-year-old Nelia is taking a seminar. Let's see what horror story she would tell." Oh, yes, they're going to scare the daylights out of her. Jasper Rickles says, "Did you say you will be traveling to Cagayan de Oro?" Yeah, that's our meet and greet, Jasper. August 24th at the Charlie Beach Resort and Conference Center, 3 p.m. Hey, he said, "Good morning, Sunshine Shows community." That's Marilyn over there. She's funny. But let's talk about some of this stuff. He says he came for the durian fruit. He said, "Just have ambulances follow you in the background." No, I'm going to have Marilyn, like I said, she's only going to be 10 miles or about 16 to 20 kilometers ahead of me. Now, the easy thing, it's not going to make it any easier, but what's going to make it more enjoyable is the fact that walking along that highway, it's one barangay after another, one city, one municipality. So it's no long stretches of nothingness in between there. That's going to help. So I'm always going to see somebody. There's always going to be somebody around. What time is it, Travels? Thanks for that super chat. He said, "Greetings, Cal, from Baguio." Oh, man. Thank you, brother. He's up there with the cool weather. He said, "The thoughts on Mindanao." Well, Mindanao is vast. It just depends on where you're going. Most of Mindanao is very, very safe. You're not going to have any problems. There are some trouble spots there, of course, that you don't want to go. But majority of that place is vast. It's second only to Luzon, biggest island in the Philippines. I mean, you've got Zamboanga City, General Santos, Dipolog City, Cagayan de Oro, Davao. You got so many, Surigao, Bislick City. Discerning Dash. He says, "Calvin, why do you never read my comments? Is it because I'm 25 years old?" No, it's not. It's because I've got 1,000 comments over here. I can only get to a certain amount of them. I was in the Philippines, wanted to attend one of your meet and greets, but didn't come. Thought younger people were not allowed. Come on, man. Who told you that? How did you ever get that thought in your mind? Because there's young guys there. There was a young guy. He was from Guam. Hell, he couldn't have been much older than you. Him and his wife. She was pregnant. And then a lot of the guys that actually live here in their 30s and 40s. No, it's open to everybody. And remember, the women, hell, very few of them are over 25. Discerning Dash. Don't forget that. Rhino Wisdom says, "Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something." Yeah, I have to agree with Chris Rock. I was thinking something on that same line today. Like, we have to, the woman can change, and she's going to change. She may get, a lot of times over here, women get lazy. We'll dull the edge that they have when we met them. Okay? Because you need an edge over here to make it. But after we spoil them, see, we don't help them, we spoil them. And they're not the same. But you can't change. You have to stay the same. You got to stay on the grindstone. You got to make sure all the bills is paid. So it's sort of like this. You know, a lot of those guys, they don't realize, I don't wish bad luck on anybody, you know, but if you lose your source of income and your ability to come back and forth to the Philippines or stay over here, you're going to see a big difference, man. You know, you're going to see a big, big difference. Jasper says, "I'm so excited for you and we'll be praying for your walk. Love your channel, Cal. So real, raw, helpful." Thank you. Robert says, I cut off my gym time to watch this live broadcast. It's your fault if I don't get in shape now. Someone has to take the blame. Yeah. That's crazy. But let's talk about some of the perks. And, you can kind of make it. I want you guys who are living here in the Philippines too, or who've lived here before, to chime in. Let us know some of the things that you enjoy here that you can't afford or you don't have over there. Okay, like I got a maid right here. I've got a maid now. Actually, if you want to include her mother, we've got two maids. I couldn't afford a maid in America, believe it or not. But a maid is one thing that I really enjoy over here. Most everybody's got one. Even the masses of Filipinos have a maid. Massages. You can basically get a massage every day. I don't know if that's healthy, but it's something that I enjoy here in the Philippines that I wasn't able to afford in America. I was a member of the YMCA. I think they even call it the Y now. They've changed it. It's not the YMCA anymore. It's the Y. It's all inclusive. But I want to say it was $60. When I left in 2018, it was $60 an hour. And I just couldn't see myself paying that. So I never got a massage. And of course, them lazy women over there, they're not going to give you a massage. Yeah, I don't understand it. It's choppy. Hold on, let me check something. I may have to go on. Hi. Are you on YouTube or something? No. Check the Wi-Fi. Why is it so slow? It is choppy. Because I see it's only got one line. Thank you, W Secret Success, for that super chat. Said, do you know anyone in Starlink? I do. It's Justin. Remember, what's the guy who owns the diving shop down in Dumaguete? It's him. But, I don't see a need for it, guys. Really, this internet that I've got is super good for real. I'm not going to lie. Tom Freeman says, I love when these old experts say big age gaps is part of Philippine culture. If that was true, then why do you never see huge age gaps between Filipino couples? Filipinos hand in hand with Lolo. Well, you see it over here. Okay, remember now, if you got money, you're going to see that, Tom. So, they perceive us to have money. That's why they're with you. Otherwise, they wouldn't be with you. But my landlord in Siquijor Island, he's 67. His woman is what? She's younger than Marilyn. Same age or something. Yeah, it's over here, man. Trust me. If you got the money, you can have the honey. Hey, Smiley, thanks for that super chat. He said, Brother Cal, what I enjoy in the Philippines is a lifestyle I'm able to live that costs me less than a fraction that will cost me here in New York City. Yeah, amen, man. That's what I got on here. I got more money than bills. I'm sorry, man. I just couldn't afford to live the way I live over here, over there. And that's one of the perks about being in the Philippines, And to be honest with you, the man's survival kit is over here, guys. That it's not unlike anywhere else. It's here. And you say, well, what's the man's survival kit? It's a piece of man, a piece of chicken, and a piece of ass. That's the man's survival kit. It's over here. And it's not many places you can go to and you're going to get that because, see, there's no dry spells over here. And there's no begging and all of that foolishness that I put up with over there. By the time you get through begging, you don't even want it. You're not even in the mood anymore. Yeah. Pedicures and manicures. that I never, ever in my whole, up until the time I came to the Philippines, 45 when I first came here, had ever gotten a manicure or pedicure. Never even came to my mind to do it. He said the sound's okay though. I don't know what's going on. I may have to switch to my, well, I ain't gonna switch to my data. Yeah, but see, Tom, you have to understand that they think we're rich. That's the only reason they're with us. You know, didn't you watch my video yesterday? It's not because of your good looks and intelligence, Tom. Okay? That's the reason they're with us. Why do you think that is? Before him, it was a Filipino part of Filipino culture. They were talking about old men, old Filipino men and young women. Okay, Frozen, the voice is good though. I don't get this, man. I don't understand it right now. It pisses me off, but I'm gonna keep talking. Yeah. It's the money. That's the only reason. And I don't understand why we're still even having this talk. I'm pretty sure they probably do up in English City somewhere. And, you know, in Manila and probably in some places in Cebu. I'm just talking about the regular massages. And you can get a good one in Cebu. See, the ones in Sikihor, see, they don't have many places here. Or they're not as good.
She has star, Daddy. 2 stars.
Oh, wow.
Show it to Daddy.
Look up for Boo.
High five daw.
Boo's second day in school. There. Oh, wow. Boo, we got 2 stars. Good job, Boo. That's her second day. Okay, in Sikihor Island, they're 400, which, you know, for everybody that doesn't know, that's probably about, it's not even, let's see, it's about $7. Okay. But in Cebu, you can get a good one for 200 to 250 pesos, about $4 to $5. Yeah, cheap medical and dental. That's correct. That's correct. See, this is what I'm saying. Okay. I've got a house that's paid for over here. I mean, how many people can actually say that? And if you did, it took you 30 years to do it. You know, you could actually pay for cash. I guarantee that I'm going to say 75% of the people watching this probably have enough money to be able to pay for a house straight out over here. Okay, without any loans and all that stuff. Okay. DJ Lloyd Buck says, when older dudes are with younger females in the USA, they are called sugar daddies. Do you ever hear people using that term in the Philippines? You don't hear it, but that's what we are. But I don't understand it. I mean, what's the big deal about that? Okay, they'll say, you know, that, right? But then they'll say, well, as long as you're happy. Okay. Now, what are the men here for? Why do you come to the Philippines instead of always talking about what the Filipino wants? Why are you here? Because you've heard somebody's told you that the women over here are easy. Okay? That's what they told you. And you can come over here and get an easy piece, right? Easy peasy. And they're glad that you think that way because you're walking right into a trap. Once they get you emotionally entangled, okay, then the bottom's going to fall out. They're going to have you right where they want you. But that's why you come over here. You don't come over here for the cost of living because the cost of living is cheaper. Even in Thailand, your money's going to go further, to be honest with you. In Thailand, you're going to get more value for your money than in the Philippines. Okay? And you say, well, what do you mean by that? Well, I was right on the beach in Thailand in Pattaya for $19 a night. We had me and Mr. Lee, the last night we were in Pattaya, we had a a 5-course meal with 3 extra servings of rice, drinks, and everything. It didn't even come to $20, man. I'm talking about very, very good food. So yeah, you know why you come over here. And as long as you okay with it, then what difference does it make? But y'all are embarrassed about it. The Filipinos know why you're here. Everybody knows why you're here but you. So what we do, we'll put all the blame on the Filipino. She's only with you for your money. Well, what are you with her for? You couldn't be with her for nothing other than, that coochie. That's all you with her for. But y'all won't say it. So I got to say it for you. That's the only reason you're over here. And they know it. So guess what? They're going to get their money's worth. So you better turn around. And since you know that that's why she's with you, you better get your money's worth. So if everybody gets their money's worth, then everybody's happy. But a lot of times that don't happen. Sammy Davis says you couldn't get a massage like you get here in the States unless you went to a high-class spa. Here, there's a good masseuse on just about every block, also in the malls. Yeah, I know. John, who was the driver for Sydney when they first came to the Philippines, he took me to a place in Cebu, Mandawi City, man. It was so good, man. It was only 200 pesos. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, he said, obviously the exchange rate. Okay, I'm like Franz. I put down here more money than bills. You're going to live a gangster lifestyle over here on the same amount of money that you're earning over there. But when you come over here, you're just going to go up to a whole other level. That's on top of all the other stuff. I mean, they live in the condominium right across from Ayala Mall. I mean, it's real fancy. It's real nice, man. If you were to live like that in one of those big cities over in America, you'd certainly pay 5 times the rent, at least. This depends on where you're living. You're not going to pay $500 for that. You're right in the business district. Everything is going on right there. I'm talking about you're right across the street from a gigantic mall with all the restaurants, with 2 grocery stores, and then all the other stuff around there within walking distance. He says being able to pay for it outright is not the issue. It is not being able to control it or own it. Yeah, well, you can actually own it. But remember, man, guys, I'm getting ready to do a video that came to me today. The Philippines is what we think it is. Okay? You own it as long as you live in it. What do you think you're going to do? Okay? If you control the woman, then you're going to control the house. Not meaning controlling her and taking advantage, I'm saying, but if you're going to maintain your status in the family, if you maintain that, you don't have to worry about nothing. See, what most people don't understand is Filipinos aren't just going to, the horror stories I tell you are a very small percentage. Okay, a lot of us, when we come over and meet women and we start families, get married or whatever, and build houses, it's safe, man. They're not going to scam you out of it, man. Y'all listening to y'all taking it the wrong way. I tell you that because I want to tell you the 360. I don't want you to come over and think, oh, it's not happening over here. It's not possible that it could happen to you. Yeah, if you get with the wrong person. But most of us end up with the right person. And they're just not going to do that to you. You're going to stay in the house as long as you want to stay in the house. Unless you do something messed up. You can't come over here and be fooling around with 3 or 4 women and think you can still live in the house. Hey, Bob. Yeah, let's get the thumbs up, guys. Yeah, but you know, you know, Thailand is Buddhist, so they're more open-minded. You know, and see, everybody is religious when it's convenient to them, Harold. But when it's not, okay, when you meet that girl at the airport, she's a staunch Catholic, but she gonna take them clothes off, okay, and you're not gonna be married or you're not any of that stuff. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what's going on, but it was raining real hard last night. You see, y'all think I just be on here talking, and look what this guy said. I got judged by my family and some friends for moving to the Philippines. You're going to get attacked when you come to the Philippines. But if you say, hey, I'm moving to London, I'm moving to France, they're going to ask for your souvenirs and everything like that. Bring me some souvenirs back. Yeah, he says, I'm going to get my money's worth every day I'm alive, Cal. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to switch to, I'm going to have Maryland reboot that. So what I'm going to do is, hold on, I'm going to switch to my data and see if it comes back, because yeah, I can't have this blurry stuff. Yeah, I hear you, Jack. Me too. You know, that's why when people say, oh man, you know, you can't make that walk, man, I'm over here doing everything I'm grown enough to do. I'm having the time of my life. That includes everything. Y'all think I'm playing? I don't waste a hard on. I'm 60 years old. Who knows? It could be my last one. But no, I don't waste them. And she can hear us. I don't care. She knows it. But she's certainly getting her money's worth. But I'm going to get on here and see if I can, see if it's going to show up. Okay, let's see. Wait. Oh, okay. Now, which one is better? Okay, guys. Is this better or not? Oh, the same? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reboot the Merlin. Reboot the no, don't reboot it. It might just be that damn computer. I don't know, but I'm trying to see why. Normally when I can't do it. I guess I'm gonna have to stay like this, but that's okay. I'll just stay like this, guys. Okay. Yes, better. Okay. Tobias says much better. I think 100% better. Well, good, guys. Thank y'all. I don't know what it is. I think it's just that daggone computer or something. I don't know. Okay, it's good now. Good. Well, he says, who's my data? I've got PLDT, which is good. I think it was just this damn computer running through that computer. Yeah, he said that's bad even though you're in portrait. Yeah, I don't have a choice. Normally, when I'm on here, I can do the landscape, but for some reason today it's not. But okay, we get a new start when we come over here. That's something good. You know, that's a perk for moving over here. you do get a new start. All the mistakes you made, you can basically wipe the slate clean and start all over, man. I don't know of anybody who doesn't think that's a perk. But, you know, if you're a loser and you can't gain traction anywhere, you're not going to gain traction here. Tom Freeman says, Cal, do you think it's a good move for expats to move to Thailand with their Filipino? Yeah, that's a great move, I would say. I like Thailand, but I like the Philippines better. I like the Philippines better. Because I'm old-fashioned, man. I just live a simple life. You know, Thailand is fancy now. Don't get me wrong. If you like all that fancy stuff and all that nightlife and, you know, and all that, then that's what you like. I just like the beauty of the Philippines. I mean, you can say what you want about the Philippines, but you can't deny the absolute beauty here, man. I mean, it's a whole lot more beautiful than Thailand, in my opinion. Now, Thailand may have better infrastructure. They may have better this and better that. Because remember, we're still on planet Earth. They just call this the Philippines. That's all. The Philippines is about as beautiful as any place I've ever been. I was walking today. See, I walk every day now. I'm walking 2 hours. I'm going to do my long walk Saturday. I was in People's Park, man. I was like, wow, this place is beautiful. If you can't find beauty here, man, you're never going to find it. It's in the eye of the beholder for sure, but the Philippines is a beautiful country. The greenery, the scenery, man, it's all over the place. But we focus on the poverty, the politics, and all that stuff that we can't do anything about. But it's about as beautiful as any place you're ever going to see. He says, Happy Man, what's up? Discerning Dash, thanks for that super chat. He says, I do like that you give the 360, but your perspective does not apply to me because my girl and I are 3 years apart. Young guys may be confused on your perspective. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, let me say something to you then. Why in the world would a woman date you that you live 8,000 miles away? Discerning Dash. Why do you think she chose you over all these handsome, intelligent Filipino being over here? I want you to answer that for me. You're nothing special, man. If you're 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy, somebody's going to love you over here. She sees you as an opportunity, okay? You can better her life. You can apply for that visa, okay? You got a good job over there. You can send her money monthly. Don't fool yourself, man. Okay, you young guys, you thinking, okay, if you're all of that, why are you way over here anyway then? You say, well, I'm tired of them women over there. Okay, that's good. Well, you better know what you're walking into. Okay, this isn't the United States. This is the Philippines. It is what we think it is. So y'all can sugarcoat it. You can be in denial all you want. There's a reason she's with you and you live way over there. It doesn't even make sense. You can't even justify dating a woman 8,000 miles away. You can't do it. Yeah, well, he don't get it. But he doesn't have to get it. She gets it. Makes him think he's something special. See, that's the problem. See, here's the thing. It doesn't matter what we think. The reality is what it is. They see you as an opportunity. And they know a good opportunity when they see one. Okay, listen, if it wasn't such a great history of women riding that train to freedom, escaping abject poverty, y'all don't understand how bad it is over here. Discerning Dash, for some people, not everybody, but for some people, you have no clue. Polio is still going on over here. Y'all guys don't know where y'all are, man. Don't ever forget where you are. You're in the Philippines, okay? You guys are crazy. Philly Boy 08 says, hello, sir. Do you plan to spend your last days on this earth in the Philippines? I don't know. I may want to live. I may want to die at home. But who knows when I'm going to die? I'm going to spend my best days on earth in the Philippines. I don't know about my last. Yeah, his good looks and intelligence. Yeah, you don't get it. A lot of them young guys don't get it. Because they think, they see these passport bro videos, these guys flamboyantly going around. They don't realize these women are dating them for the same reason. These guys are in these nice hotels, right? The same nice hotels that the older guys are taking them to. They're in these nice restaurants and all of that stuff, right? Okay? These women, you're taking these women for a ride just like we are. So I don't get it. Yeah, they don't get it. It's still a cake. He said, I love the nature of the Philippines. It's beautiful over here. You can say whatever you want to say about the Philippines, but you can't deny the beauty that's over here, man. This is a beautiful place. It's a beautiful country, man. I mean, everywhere you go, you see it. But they want to stay focused on the other stuff. He said, you got to pay to play. Yeah, he said they appear Americanized superficially, which, there's a reason for that. When they were learning our history at one point over here. And remember, the Western woman has more of an influence on Filipinos than we do, guys. I'm just telling you the truth. I mean, when you start seeing Filipinos wearing eyelashes, I was shocked. Now, the only ones you're going to see over here wearing fake nails are the lady boys. Because Filipinos, they're not there yet. I'm pretty sure there's some who do, but most of them don't. They'll just get their regular nails done. But if you can't tell any other way whether that's a lady boy or not, look at the nail. Yeah, but I'm not even I don't even debate these guys anymore. If they want to fool themselves and think that the woman is with them for whatever reason, then okay, because they don't understand. She's going to tell you whatever you want to hear, man. I mean, what do you think? She's not going to tell, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm here with you because you're an opportunity for me to get out of here, the stifling situation I'm in, to help myself and my family. Rodney Dasher says, bro, won't you get a 64-ounce steel jug? It holds ice in it for 2 days. I'm not. It's too heavy, man. I got to walk with that. I got to walk. I'm not driving a car, Rodney. I'm walking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Vixen's Vlog and her husband, Leslie. They sent me some nice thermoses, right? All different sizes. I mean, they real fancy, guys. And I'm going to use one of those. My backpack's not going to be heavy. Remember, man, I got to be walking. I'm going to walk for 10 hours. So that's why Maryland's going to be now. Now, what I could do, that's a good idea now. I could put that under Maryland's seat. Hey, Dimitri, living the dream. Thanks for that super chat, man. You got a nice looking hat on, brother, on that. Did you change your profile pic? Yeah, she's not going to say that. She's not going to say that. She's going to tell him everything he wants to know. Everything he wants to hear, she's going to tell him because she already knows. Dimitri, living the dream, says, on point once again, Cal. The simps will be simps. I'm on my way back to live my dream, good, bad, and different. Yeah, this is just like an old argument, man. But you got to keep on saying it because there's new people that are wanting to live the dream every day. They're getting, they're getting hyped up about this dream. Kamal says romance is possible to bloom from across the globe with today's technology, but in most cases, you're spot on. I'm just saying initially, Kamal, because who says that love doesn't develop on down the line? But there's a reason why. When you come over here and you see these Coco Martins, Daniel Padillas, there's some good-looking Filipino men over here, guys. Dreamy-looking Filipino men that these women really love, man. I'm telling you. But if she hitches herself onto his star, it's going to be a long, brutal road. And the Filipinas that we date, the ones we date, not all of them, something's happened. Something's clicked in their minds and saying, I want to get out of here, and I know the only way I'm going to do that is I'm going to have to start dealing with foreign men. They're different than the typical Filipino, man. They're cut from a different cloth, guys. I'm telling you now. You're not dealing with the typical Filipino. She's not on that dating site. The ones that are on that dating site, they're ambitious. They're trying to get somewhere, and they're going to get there on your back. And as long as you know that, then you don't feel so guilty when you say, okay, since I know what you want, then here's what I want. That's where the unspoken agreement comes in play. Okay, I know what you want, but you got to tell her what you want. And then she's got to agree to it. That's the unspoken agreement. If you can't get there, if all she's getting is what she wants, and all you're getting is somebody to walk around with and take pictures with and put on Instagram and Facebook, then you getting played. Yeah, smash up the likes, guys. The poor man's passport guy said, she's as good at telling me what I want to hear as I am at bringing the resources. Yeah, and we got to do some persuasion too. But all you have to do, if you got the sense that God gave a chimpanzee, you can wonder to yourself, why would a woman want to deal with me? And I live so far from home. But you don't even have to go that far. All you got to do is look in the history books. The servicemen started all this stuff, guys, way back. Army, Navy, Air Force. They started all this stuff. They made it what it is today. Ask them guys. The only difference is they were dealing with bar girls, but they created the game. The Filipinos just refined it. Those guys created this game, man, over here. They were just dealing with bar girls, though. That's why the video I made went over so many guys' heads. When I said, bar girls make good housewives, because they did for a lot of servicemen. That's all we were marrying. We wasn't coming outside of Angeles City, Subic Bay, and all those places. I asked Merlin, I said, before those bases closed, had you ever seen a serviceman in San Carlos City? No. No. Robert Dame says some Filipinos are confused as being Thai in Thailand. Yeah. AC King said when I was young and good looking and broke, the hot girls wouldn't give me the time of day. Now that I'm old, ugly, but have means to do what I want, they throw themselves at me. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. But why should we even care? See, we're in denial too, the older guys like me. Look, guys, you're in the fourth quarter. Do you really care? Do you really think I care what somebody thinks? Or, okay, you think, what's that song about Bill Withers? If you're using me, I sure am using you. Okay? Because I'm going to get what I'm supposed to get out of the relationship. And that's what you should come over here thinking. But don't be in some dreamland. Some dreamland. Think these women want you for your good looks and beauty. Come on, your good looks and intelligence. Okay, what else is a perk of living in the Philippines? The tropical paradise. It's a tropical paradise. Now, I mean the weather. And I know there's a lot of typhoons, but they're not everywhere. Right now, it's 84 degrees. It feels like 93, 76% humidity. But that's just every day, though. There's no winter here. That's a perk of living in the Philippines. I done got to a point I can't deal with winter. You know, so if I don't make it home by September, I'm not going to make it home probably until the summer in 2024. Okay. It's a trade-off in a way. Well, that's not true, because wherever there's women, there's men in here in the Philippines. And the women, the boys up in that countryside, those are the ones who are going to be dealing with the little skinny girl from the countryside. Yeah, he said, Calvin, I recently came to the conclusion she's never yours, it's just your turn. I think that's the way they look at us too. He said he needs a head to talent if ladyboys are his thing. He seems to have found his thing over here. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. See, he says, Calvin, not saying you're wrong, but I did my homework and picked a woman that's from a good family. They're all from a good family. She actually wants to stay in the Philippines. I dated other Filipinos before I picked her. Did you actually date them? Or did you just, what do you consider dating? Online or what? But there's a reason. Where did you meet them? That's going to tell you a whole lot when you say you picked one. That means you probably got one online. John Morrison said my cousin got his pockets cleaned out by a Filipino he met online. Okay, look, guys, let's get off the Filipinos back. How many men have come over here, impregnated these young ladies, and went back and never paid a peso? Look at Gail's father. And just left them over here. Won't even have the decency enough to get them U.S. citizenship or Belgium citizenship or whatever it is, French citizenship. You know, it's not always the woman. It's always two sides of the story. You know, I would rather take my chances with a Filipina, that's why I say, than being in the Filipina shoes and she has to take a chance on us. They get lucky. We don't. We don't get lucky. They do. Because there's some scoundrels that come over here, some scumbags that come over here, man. I see them. And I'll be like, man, you know, you see them online. They got YouTube channels. I wouldn't want my daughter dealing with any of them like that. I wouldn't, to be honest with you, man, when you see some of these older men, this is the reason why their families don't care. Because these are good men. They're like, okay, I would rather her deal with an older guy who's going to take care of her, who's going to, you know, love her and put her on a pedestal, than some of these younger guys who's going to come over here and use her. That's the way I look at it. With my daughters only deal with men their age. And none of them have a good man. You know, imagine guys in their 20s over there. Not all of them, but the ones they're dealing with. So a guy asked me, he said, Cal, would you man your daughter down? No, I wouldn't, man. If you could turn the situation around, and from what I'm seeing over here, these decent human beings, these are decent guys I'm dealing with. I'm not dealing with the low down dirty scoundrels over here. Men come over here, yeah, there's an age gap, but they love these women. They take good care of them and they put them on a pedestal. And that's why the mother and father can sit back and sleep good at night. But these younger guys, there's no, Filipinos know that there's no real advantage to dating a younger man, especially not a younger foreign man. Okay, Bear Claw said, Cal, get you a Camelback like we had in the Army. They are small enough that you could put your regular backpack over the top of it. I use one all the time for hiking. Yeah, I'm going to look into that. He says 4 more clients leaving for the Philippines in September. Yeah, and this is why we have to continue to talk about this stuff like this. See? But every man that comes over here, we're not taking advantage of these women. They're getting lucky. When Marilyn met me, she got lucky. Am I saying that I'm such a great guy and I'm the nicest, I got the most money and I'm the best looking? No, I'm somebody that's going to take good care of her. I'm not going to mistreat her. Okay? She got lucky because it's women over here that just got unlucky, man. I mean, really unlucky. But what I was saying is, see, guys said that I was telling guys to come over and marry bar girls. No, at one time, all we were dating and marrying were bar girls. Okay, way back before the internet. Okay, when people were over here in the Philippines on business and doing the military, just regular Joes wasn't just showing up in the Philippines once upon a time. Okay, I'm sorry. Unless you got out of the service and you told somebody and brought them back over here, it just wasn't happening. So those guys were going into the bar, and guess where the nicest looking women are? They're in the bar a lot of times. They wasn't dating typical Filipinas. But I'm saying if you take her out of that bar, she's a Filipina at the end of the day. And that's how the Filipinos look at her. But you wouldn't know the difference. Once she put on them little skinny jeans and them little blouses they get from the Okay store and, you know, comb her hair back, and you're not going to know unless she tells you. Because she's got all the same qualities that we fell in love, that the Filipina has that we fell in love with to begin with. You ain't going to know. These guys aren't the guys that made fun of that video, they have no clue. First of all, they're not even over here. Second of all, they have no clue. It's not like they have some type of spidey sense. You can't tell it. Go look at the Murder in the Family, guys. Go look at that. That little girl was cute as a button. And remember, she was 17 when he married her. She couldn't read or write. And ain't nobody watching this video right now who's going to turn that down. Okay, and I'm not saying you're going to marry her. Jack Wolfinger says, when she actually tells you the truth, what she wants and needs, that is a good Filipina. Find one who's honest. You know what the truth is, but don't want to hear it. Yeah, mostly, like I said, we don't get lucky. The majority of these women over here that we meet are good. If they were not good, you would have much more, 10 times more horror stories, because we stick our necks out there for them to chop it off. But it's not in them to chop it off. Okay? So a lot of times what men would call a scam is they'll come over and give a woman all their money. It don't work out, and all she took all my money. She scammed me. No, you gave her all your money. They don't even have to ask. Brotorius once says, hey, Cal, are you ready for your long walk? Absolutely, man. I'm getting ready every day. Everybody I talk to is, man, it's just that's a long walk. It would be if I'm going to do it all in one day. But I'm going to break it up. Okay? I did it before, and even though it was 18 years ago, excuse me, I'm in as good a shape now as I was then. I mean, that's why I'm ramping my way up. I'm walking 2 hours a day. And if you think walking 2 hours is not a lot, it is. And I'm starting, you know, I can tell what part of my legs are going to be hurting the most by the time I get done. You know, I'm writing all this stuff down. Daniel Milson said, Calvin, what's your solution for getting mail once an expat moves there? I would say always keep my address there. I've got mine going to my daughter's house. Okay, so when something important comes, I just have her open it up and we'll video chat and she'll read it to me. I just Screenshot it and send it to me. Mail takes about 2 months over here, guys. Okay. I would keep a P.O. box or something over there. And then I would have somebody that I trust to go in there and check my mail on a regular basis. But if you got children, most of us have grown children, or we've got somebody. If you don't have anybody you can trust, I feel sorry for you. Don't bring your ass over here. I mean, you really a piss poor individual. If you don't got nobody you can trust, I don't feel sorry for you. I don't believe it. And if you don't, that's because you can't be trusted. Bring your ass over here if you ain't got no. I don't want to be around you. If you don't have any friends and family at all and you're 60 years old that you can trust to open your mail, come on, guys. Frank Ellis says, I have one suggestion for guys going to the Philippines. Don't fall in love. Oh, man. Oh, man. Now, we can scream that at the top of our lungs. And nobody's going to listen to that. It's hard not to. But you have to, know what situation you're in when you get over here. Am I lonely? Am I desperate? Because this is how they get us. This is how they win. Remember, we bringing a royal flush over here, Frank. I'm talking about a royal flush, a raging royal flush. It can't be beat. We're not supposed to lose over here. That's on top of all the other stuff that's laid out there for us, and we lose anyway. She brings to the table. Sometimes she don't even have a pair of. She don't even have a pair. The best hand she's got is a pair of deuces with a jack high, and they win all the time because we come over here and we lay down. We lay our hands down. We literally lay down. I say it over and over, man. You guys don't really understand what you're walking into. This isn't America. Okay? You probably haven't been with a 22-year-old woman since you were 22. Do you really understand what that's like? It's different when you actually are with her. It's not like you're looking at her on the camera. I'm talking about when the rubber hits the road and you're in that damn hotel room and everything is everything, man. You got the smooth skin, the buttery soft skin, everything, perfect everything. You're going to lose your damn mind, man. And fall in love, don't fall in love stuff. And she only has to be 22. You can be 60 and she's 35. She's going to look a whole lot better than that 60-year-old mom's Mabley you've been dealing with over there. Bertram Gage said, bro, I want some snow. I have to travel to Baguio. And you ain't going to get no snow up there. Yeah, see, he makes good sense here. It's the same thing I said on my live stream two days ago. He says, when you get old, you won't be as attractive as you once were, but your money will still be attractive, no matter how old and ugly you get, my friends. But the woman's money is her youth and her good looks. All these nice looking women, you see the women in America, you see them online, they talking all this stuff. Wait till they get old, guys. Just sit back and let them get old. Okay, then we'll see how much they're talking. When you, as a 60-year-old man, you can still get it on with a 22-year-old. Good luck with her. Good luck with her. And by the way, y'all don't understand something. There's another dynamic going on, right? Hey, what's up, the kosher clinician? Thanks for that super chat. This brother's got a channel, man, and I built you up on one of my live streams right after I was on your live stream. By the way you run your live streams, man. And, like I said, I don't always agree with the manosphere, but I can say that y'all are all on the same page. Y'all got just mad support, man. And there's no trolls in the damn live streams and all that, right? So shout out to you, brother. I really appreciate you, man. Okay.
These women, let them talk all the stuff they want to talk. Because once they get 60, once they hit that wall, some of them at 50, the game's over. But you still playing. So they can talk all that stuff they want about what kind of man they looking for. Lady, your clock is ticking. I ain't going to stop until I die. Look at Al Pacino, 83, with a 29-year-old woman that just had a baby. Yeah. Y'all can talk all that stuff all y'all want. So, yeah, the money, the woman's money is her youth and and, her good looks. But once that runs out, man, you can go on to the next one if you want. He says, do online stores deliver their Amazon, eBay? Yeah. They've actually got an eBay.Philippines. And of course, yeah, Amazon too, but not all Amazon. Certain products they do. Cheryl says, where will your meet and greet be next time? We're in Cagayan de Oro, Mindanao, northern Mindanao, August 24th at the Charlie Beach Resort and Conference City. It's nice. Tobias says, are you going to videotape your walking journey? Absolutely. There's a whole lot that's going to come out of this walk, not just me walking there. But yeah. He says, how many pounds can you lift while you're in the gym? I don't really do a whole lot of heavy lifting. I think the most I've ever lifted something probably around bench press, probably around 160. That's all I'm not really trying to get. If I started lifting heavy weights, man, I'd get so big. I'm just trying to be fit. And so I'm lifting smaller weights, but doing more reps. And if you don't think that's hard, okay, try it. Try doing curls with the 20 kilo, which would be 44 pounds or something like that. Do 12, then do 15, then do 20, and then talk to me. If you don't think that will kick your behind. Because it will, but not now. Marilyn's different. She does those heavy weights. Okay. So my favorite part of your vlog is when you're at the beach and walking in the streets. Yeah, I'm getting back to doing that. Sammy Davis says, Cal, I can tell for a fact that service members in Japan, Korea, Thailand, and Philippines were mostly marrying bar girls. Dudes were diving off the ship as it pulled out of Subic. I know. That's all we were dating because we wasn't going anywhere else. If you've been in the service and say you go overseas, you don't go too far from the base, man. You just don't go too far from the base. I'm sorry. So if you're in Subic Bay, that's where you're going to be, all in bars, walking street and all that. You're not going to Cebu and you're not going to Dipolog and all those places. SML says, I knew that last video with the two brothers got Cal triggered. Not really. I just like to, a lot of times, if you listen, see, I'm an insurance agent. If you listen, people tell you all you need to know. And I just thought, as much as we talk about that subject, and we're going to continue to talk about this, there's going to be people always going to say, no, my woman's with me because of me. And I'm not saying right now, I mean, I've been with Marilyn for over 4 years. Do I think there's more than the initial opportunity? Yeah. But when I met her, she told me, but she didn't have to tell me. I already knew that she wanted somebody that could help her. That's why she was dealing with foreigners. She was dealing with an Asian, a white, and me, a brown man. So she wasn't going to miss one way or the other. Okay. But she was talking with 3 men. And that's what they were, all American. Okay. He said, Cal, we be walking on asphalt. That's concrete. Yeah. She won't have to put her teeth on a night table. Yeah, but see, a lot of guys, we underestimate. You watch these vlogs and you see these videos and everything. You really don't have no idea what you're running into when you come over here. I mean, the very first time I came over here, I was shocked. I wasn't even coming over here for a woman, really, but I got online and I met two women. The best thing I ever did. The first one didn't work out, but the second one, oh my God. She was, up until that time, was one of the most beautiful women I'd ever seen, dealt with or anything. And there was never no in a conversation. It just changed my life, man. When I went back to America, there was no way I was going to deal with another American woman. Those days were over, you know. Big Daddy says, hey, Cal, I just signed a lease on my property, so I'm moving out on the 1st. Where's the best place to start in the Philippines? It's a lot. I've got Expat Alley. I call it Expat Alley. Angeles City, Subic Bay, Manila, Cebu, Davao, Dumaguete, where else? It's a few other places. General Santos, Cagayan de Oro. It's a lot of places, man, that you could start. But Cebu, man, start in Cebu. Start in Cebu. What's up, Robert? Wow, Chris McDonald said, hey guys, I just renewed my passport. It costs $182. My God. What did you get? Did you get the expedited, Chris? TJ Johnson said, yo, I'm headed out in the morning, waiting on that pink oil moisturizer to come from Amazon in a few hours. Man, thank you, brother, for that. Because they don't know how to deal with boobies hair. I can deal with it. Elat Mercado said, Cal, what's up with the female doing a whole video on you? She got me with that damn thumbnail. I don't pay that stuff no attention. I don't know what you're talking about. But whoever it is, they're just trying to get views. You know, they can't come up with their own content. I've never made a video about somebody else, and I never will. But that's all it is, Alec. Don't let that stuff get to you. Certainly don't click on it. But I have no idea, and I really don't care. Bearclaw says, Cal, in your recent video, you walked down towards the area that Ismi helped that girl finding shells. I thought I saw her in your video. Is that common for kids to do that? I'm so glad she got help. I mean, what do you mean? What kind of shells? But yeah, I did walk down that street. I walked in that area. I used to live right across the street from them. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying, Jack. He says, Jack Wolfinger says, by the time my wife gets old, I'll be gone. Just taking care of her to leave her in good shape when I'm gone. You're married. See, that's a different story. Wow, the standard rate. The last time I got my passport, I want to say it was $110. It might have even been $95. Well, you know, I really don't know. He says, I heard Manila got them older Filipino women paying young American men. Is that true? Well, hell, how's the young American men? What do you mean by young American men? And what are they doing that they can stay over here? Are they living over here? Are they digital nomads or something? AC King says, try this. Think of the sexiest actress you liked in the 80s or 90s. Do a Google image search of her in 2023. Do you still want her? Meanwhile, 97-year-old Dick Van Dyke got a woman half his age. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. So they can talk all that smack all they want because that's all it is smack. We've got testosterone. You know, and, you know, when the guy says, he said, I ain't got nothing in common with a 60-year-old woman. I'm simply not interested in a 60-year-old woman. I probably got a lot in common with her. I'm just not interested. He says, TJ says, LOL is a black man with super 4C African hair that primarily lives in Asia. I understand the kiddo's pain. Yeah, Booby's hair is just real curly. Sam Champion says, Cal, I think she's talking about a video that Sharon Lapu did featuring you. Her English is quite hard to understand. How old is that, though? I mean, but featuring me, there's no way I've never done a video with Sharon Lapu. I mean, I don't understand it. He says, where do you draw the line being too creepy? I don't really know, man. I've seen some cringy stuff over here. But remember, rule number one, man, I mind my own business, man. But yeah, you're going to see some stuff. On my first trip over here, the second trip over here, I probably saw the cringiest thing I've ever seen. This guy had to have been in his early 30s, mid 30s. And the young girl was no more than 14, 15, 16 at the most. And, you know, they were just all, you know, PDA everywhere. And it was them two, the mother and the brother. And it was it was just the creepiest thing I've ever seen. I was like, wow. But some people don't care, man. It's like, I don't know. They just don't care, man. But he said, Butcher says you have a border run when renewing your passport. I went to Thailand, so I won't have another one unless I leave the country voluntarily for 2 more years. But I went to Thailand. Yeah, 110 passport. That's what I thought. Stuart Logan says, hey, Cal, the next time I go to Port Bulado, I'm going to look you up. Maybe buy you a coffee. Okay, brother. Well, I extend it every two months. I do 2 months. I watched a video one time of a young guy. He was from Swiss. And he broke it down. He said 2 months is the best because if you do 6 months, anything can happen in 6 months. I know too many guys, they leave their money on the table. It's a lot of money to leave on the table. If you got to leave, and, you know, one guy I was talking to in Dumagetti a couple of weeks ago, his sisters are coming over, so he's going to have to burn that money because they're going to Bali, then they're going to Vietnam. And see, when you leave the country, it starts all over when you come back. So if you extend for 6 months and you leave after 1 month, you're burning up that 5 months. Southern Purchase says, I'm late. What's up, everybody? Cal, I let my friend know about the vets in the once a month mass here in the U.S. you talk about. Oh, he thinks it's not going to be a problem, but I want him. Okay, if he doesn't think it's going to be a problem, well, see, those are the guys you can't help. He's talking about when I did the video on the first mistake we make is when we find that Catholic mass where Filipinos meet in your city once a month, and you take her there because you're trying to do the right thing. This is where she's going to meet those other Filipinos that's going to become her clique. And they're going to give it a rundown because the Philippines have a strong support group around the world. They're not like us. We're loosely connected. They're really connected. They're close knit. They become sisters. And if she happens to get with a clique where all the other men are doing so much better than you, it could be a problem for you. Okay? It could be a problem. It was a problem for one lady. You know, the guy, now he just lived like a middle class lifestyle in America, which she should have been happy with, but she wasn't, because she was until she started hanging around with women who, one of them, they lived on like a 200-acre farm. The husband owned a successful construction business. One of her friends was with a doctor. So they going over these big gigantic houses, and then he's taking her back to the hood, basically the West End. You know, he owned the house. He had a nice job and a nice truck and everything, but it wasn't enough. So they was telling her she could do better, and they end up splitting up. But she's back. She's back she's back in the Philippines now. Mike Smith said Sharon Lapu gave you a shout out the other day. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, I don't have any problems with Sharon Lapu. TJ Johnson said, anyone going to be in Davao over the weekend? It's a big Kata Yawan party on the Iron Towers rooftop. PH Dream Team said, regular guy comes off as a super creep meter in the videos. Well, you meet all types of them over here, and but he likes young women. He really didn't seem too creepy to me or anything. He just seemed like a regular guy to me. He didn't, I found it strange he didn't interview me, and he didn't want me to interview him. I don't know what that was all about, but it didn't matter to me. But I think it's because we don't really have a whole lot in common. I don't like those young girls like that. I mean, you like some really young, but that's, they're legal, but I don't think there's anything creepy. I mean, he doesn't come off as creepy to me. Because, I've got our daughter here, she'll be 18 in December. If I thought anything was creepy, he wouldn't be over here. But he likes them young like that. Because when I look at Sahara, I'm like, I don't see how guys can even deal with an 18-year-old. That's too young. For me, though. But some guys, they might say, well, she's grown. Well, I don't know. Well, I guess maturity-wise, remember, age is nothing. Maturity-wise. See, I want them to have a normal lifestyle. That's why it's important for me and Merlin to stay together. See, they won't have those rough edges. They'll be refined. See, so they can grow up normal. They don't have to be, cooking and cleaning and washing clothes at that early age. And that's why I say about guys who come over here and do the right thing. They help more than just a woman, man. They help with a whole lot. Remember that stone that skips across the lake, or you drop it in there and it reverberates, man. When you come over here and you do the right thing, that's what happens. See, because I don't want, of course it's not my choice, but if I stayed around and continue to do what I'm doing, they won't be dating foreigners. She won't be dating old men. She won't have no reason to. There's a reason they date old foreigners. It's not something that they like to do or that they want to do. They have to do it. They're in a position where they don't have another choice. These women aren't from outer space, guys. How many times I got to tell you? They're regular women. They got 2 arms, 2 legs, a pussy, and everything else that all the other women's got. But something else they've got is a hard life. They've got to struggle. that you can't wrap your man around. But you will when you get over here and you go up in the mountain province or some of these provinces and you see the struggle that some people live. I don't like to talk about it because it makes it seem like I'm talking down on people when I'm not. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. And, you know, then you'll know, it'll start making sense to you. Instead of seeing some guy talking on the screen about why these women are with me. Oh, she wants me for more than, she wants me for my good looks and intelligence. No, when you see where they come from, you're going to know why an 18-year-old would even dare be with a 50. Let's see. I've got it's a couple, they're good friends of mine in Kentucky. They live in Carrollton, Kentucky. Okay. When he met her, she was 19. He was 50. They're still together. Okay, over 10 years now. And they get along real well. But I'm just saying, the only reason that was, she's from one of these provinces, somewhere in Negros Oriental. If I go to, what would it be? Yeah, it's Oriental. If I go the long way from St. Carlos City to Bacala, I go right through where she lived. But only because the struggle is real. It's really real. But it'll start making sense to you. Yeah, see, they've never struggled in their life. And when you witness the struggle, it's an eye-opening experience. And it'll all start making sense to you. And you'll see that they're just regular human beings doing what human beings do. If I was in that same situation, that's why you can't judge anybody, because you ought to pray that you don't get in the situation that some of these people find themselves in. Oh, okay. Yeah, either way it goes, she's, why would you do that? But I'm thankful. Yeah, I would. He said, Big Daddy, as Calvin said, I suggest you visit about 5 or 6 of those places before you settle down. Clark and Cebu have international airports, and I find that a plus because of typhoon season. Yeah, that's a great point. Now, Clark, I met a couple that they were at the Ilo, and they had just come from Clark, and he was like, man, it's like living in America in that place. Clayton Crawford says, I imagine affordable beachfront living would be a very appealing draw for most of us. Yeah, and that's a possibility here. That, well, I had a guy that came to see me. He's from South Carolina. Myrtle Beach is his backyard. And he said that he's paying only like $900 a month. But he stays in it's somebody else's condo. They own it and they're renting it out to him. He said he's paying $900. That's not too bad. Hillbilly agent says, hey, Cal, she's Pinay and 21. With 10, what are you saying? 10 brothers and sisters, very poor, dirt floor and 2-room house. She's doing way better now that she's married to him. Absolutely. Harold Till says every woman wants to move up. That's normal and real. Yeah, but over here, it's a different. That's why men come over here, because they know that with the financial situation that a lot of these women are in, that he's going to get a better selection. It's not, every woman does, but not to the extent that it is over here, guys. It's not the same. Yeah, those women in America that you're dealing with, yeah, but they've got their own good job. They're independent women, really. They really don't need our ass over there for real, for real. I mean, as far as financially. But over here, it's a different story, man. Yeah, every woman wants to, it's a lot of of course, most households over here, both the people are working. You have to work to make it over here, both of them. And they live good. You know, remember, we're in the Philippines. We're not in America, but they live good. Now imagine if you don't have a job over here. You know, are you trying to make it by yourself? You know how tough it is. But then all of a sudden you hear about, yeah, you know what, these foreign men, they really love Filipino women and they'll take good care of you and this and that, right? And then they jump on that train and they ride it to freedom. They escape, man. Wait, hold on. Hey, they gotta let Curly in. All right? Let Curly in. Let Curly in. Curly, yeah. Curly takes his butt out there. Oh, Sammy Davis says, yeah, what he's talking about are the old widows that pay younger guys for sex in Manila. One of my friends that's a maid there has a boss that gets down. So what do you mean younger? You mean younger guys? What do you mean younger guys, Sammy? Younger Americans or younger foreigners? Yeah, see, you know, it's hard to kind of talk and get it into the mind of people who've never been over here, hillbilly in Asia. They'll never understand until they come over here. Because even I've been here over 14 years on and off, man. You go to some places, man, and you just be like, you know, your heart, if you have any compassion in your heart, man, it's just like, man, you know, life sure is tough, man, for some people. Oh, okay. Chauncey Spruill says, I'm retired in the Philippines. I use mail forwarding service in South Dakota. South Dakota allows you to use mail forwarding address as a resident for driver's license and taxes. Oh, no state income tax in South Dakota. Yeah, that's a good idea. 3M is real. Yeah, 4M is real. He says, has anyone here been to Nouveau Resort in Camigan Island? I booked it kind of blind, and Camigan isn't vlogged about as aggressively as some of the big islands. Well, actually, it is. Camigan Island's a real, real nice place. But when I was there, remember I was there a long time ago in 2010. I'm pretty sure it's changed because I think when that hurricane came through Yolanda, but it's just it's a tiny island. But I know who you could talk to. You could talk to Scott Fortune. I'll message you his email. He says, I heard Rike is opening a bar in Bahal with accommodations mostly for expats. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, a lot of those places are mostly, well, not really for expats, but foreigners. If you go to, but remember now, you got to understand, Westerners aren't the only ones coming over spending money. Japanese, South Korean, Chinese. But when you go to places like Panglao, Bahal, and you see those hotels on the beach, they're mostly foreigners. But domestic tourism is what runs the country over here. It's what runs their business. Filipinos are spending money too. It's a lot of people over here who have money. It's hard to believe, but I don't, you know, but it is. It's like anywhere else in the world. They've got their elite. They've got their upper middle class. And it's a lot of them, man. It's 110 million people in the Philippines. So, you know, yeah, you go to these places and you see the Filipinos, they're living large. Carl Butt said, Cal, what do you think about the Philippine government enforcing legally binding collection of child support payments? Pay child support or have your visa status revoked? Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if that ever passed, and I don't know if they'll ever enforce it. And how could they, if you're not a Filipino citizen? I don't know how they would work. I really don't know. I mean, people talk about this stuff all the time. I mean, all you would have to do is go home, and then they can't deal with you. How would they deal with you over there? But if you're going to stay here and you have children, of course you want to do the right thing anyway. But if they want to start bothering people, and then they'll go home, you know, you. He said the Koreans are buying up a lot of places in English City. Yeah, but see, they have some type of them and the Chinese, and they have like a different. I don't know if they really have like a different. They got some type of loophole where they can come over here and open businesses and stuff like that. Are they just doing it the same way we are, and they just, you know, rolling the dice? But you see, if you go to Lapu Lapu, man, you're gonna see a lot of Korean-owned businesses, man, in the resort, in the tourist areas, and you're gonna be like, wow. I mean, because they're smart, though. You know, some Westerners have tried it, but if they come over here, they're gonna bring their food with them. They're gonna bring their restaurants with them and everything they like to do over here. And somebody's gonna open up a business and do it. They do it all over this country. You know, I don't know if they've got a different type of setup than we do. Hey, Robert Dame, thanks for that super chat. He said, pardon the pun, she's real perky. Those are the perks I miss. Yeah, I'm shocked, Robert. You came over in 1999 and you said you didn't date not one person. And I'm kind of shocked about that. Well, no, they would be the rich over here. I love LaChine. He said there's a lot of Filipinos who come from the West and returned home. They're the Philippine middle class. No, they're the upper class. Those are the ones who, when they're over there, they're the smart ones. They're buying land and stuff over here. I've got a friend. His mother married her German husband in 1980. She flew blindly. Now, you remember, they were only talking on the phone and pen pal. She flew blindly to Germany to meet this man. They stayed together all the way till he died. I think he died in 2000. I want to say 2019, somewhere around there. But while she was there, he told her, I'm going to pay all the bills. You know, you do with your money whatever you want to do. So this is out of her mouth, she was telling me. She's in her late 60s now. So she started buying land in Ormond Lady. Built a big, gigantic, beautiful house. I'm talking about, it's really like four studio apartments, because they got 3 sons. And each one of them, she built it so they would all have their own, really like an apartment up there. And then there's another one for guests. It's beautiful, and that's what they do. So she's the upper crust now. That's who they are if you're smart. Yeah, and TJ said, and they're not getting scammed out of it. They're forking them over with a big fat smile on their face. That's true. Bro Torres says it's hard to start a business in the tourism business there. No, what kind of business? But remember, you're dealing with a peso economy. So what do you want to do? Like an Airbnb would probably be something that you could do where no one would know you're doing it. That would be something I would do. Look at Derek Q Adventures. He's renting motorcycles. He's doing damn good with it too. But remember, you have to be in a good tourist area. He's in Lapu Lapu. You can't do something like that in San Carlos City. That's why you have very little, if any, Airbnbs here now. They got them over in Sapaway Island. If you Airbnb San Carlos City, they're going to put you in Sapaway Island over there, and you really don't want to be over there because this isn't considered a tourist area. In that Dumaguete, Cebu, all those places where people come to, it will be good, but you better know what you're doing. Yeah, you better know what you're doing. He said North Korea, South. No, South Korea. He said 90% of businesses in English City is owned by Koreans. Wow, that's a lot. Now, Sam Davis can do this. He's up there. He said, can anyone recommend a good place to stay in English City? Yeah, from an American point of view. But over here, middle class in America would be considered rich. If you earn 3,800 US dollars every month, you're considered rich over here. And when I did that video, people said, well, I can live off of in Florida, I can live in Georgia. Yeah, but you're not considered rich. You're considered rich over here. There's a big difference in rich and, oh, I can make it on that much in South Carolina or whatever it was. Sammy Davidson, he's talking about English City. He said, when you guys come here, you should be able to find a nice furnished or unfurnished apartment under 15,000 pesos, 300 US. If you want to be a baller, there's places like Angelic and Candy Towers. Nothing's far away. I don't eat a lot of duck or octopus, but they sell them. When we were the last time we were in Siquijua Island, they had octopus for sale. Hey, thank you. Well, I'll be in Cebu on Sunday, and I'm gonna look at some brooks. But I'm taking suggestions, but you can't play around on a trip like this. You gotta have the best shoes, the best socks, the best shorts. You gotta have the best of everything, and I will. Because it'll tell on you real quick. That's a long, long way. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want anybody to run me over. I don't want to be dehydrated. I don't want any of that. Craig Anthony said the problem is people don't try to solve a problem and wind up with nothing. So you'll be successful in business if you do. RLV says no public school, no government work in Bulacan in Metro Manila on August 25th. Oh man, opening day of the FIBA World Cup. Now, if anybody's up in Manila, man, that would be something to do. I would love to see one of those. And remember, the FIBA World Cup, that means the United States is going to be here and everything. I think that's the reason why Carmelo Anthony was here a few months ago, scouting out the place. But there's going to be some good games here. He said, Cal, do you have to pay for your kids' school? And if so, how much does that run? It's not very expensive, but yeah, I do. They all go to private school. And that would be a suggestion. If you have children, you get just a better quality of schooling here. I think for the oldest now, Sahara is on a scholarship. So we pay only like half of hers. I think we pay about 15,000 pesos a year. And I want to say Sophia, she's in the 3rd grade. I want to say we pay probably about 12,000 a year, 12,000 pesos. And then Booby started school. It's daycare really. I want to say it's about 10,000 a year, 10,000 pesos a year. So it's not that much, really. Yeah, he said my pension's 5,300 per month, almost double, Rich. Yeah, that's a lot of money over here. That's a lot of money. Donnie Moore says you can't make it on $3,000 in Florida, Georgia, unless you get government assistance or food stamps or sugar there. Yeah, I'm just saying that's what they say. I mean, I could say the sky is blue and they'll say it's not. They will just push him back. And I said, well, it doesn't matter. You're not considered rich. You're considered rich over here. It's a big difference. That tells you the difference between life here and life there. We always want to think it's the same. It's not the same. No, I won't be walking through any sketchy towns on my journey. Now, you know, but remember, I'm gonna be walking during broad daylight. If anybody wants to mess with me in broad daylight, then go ahead. But one of the towns is, you know, known to have some MPA presence, but I'm gonna be right on that main road. I'm not gonna be out in the mountains and all that stuff, and I'm not looking for trouble, so I'm probably not gonna find it. Yeah, lobster served here, but now it just all depends. Like I said, what type of lobster? And big tiger lobsters, you're gonna pay for them. I ran into a young guy. He had to been in his 20s, and he bought a tiger lobster. I want to say he paid 7,000 pesos for it when we were in Lapu Lapu. He had to have the lobster, and he paid 7,000. But you can get those little slippers lobsters that me and Merlin had for about 400 pesos per kilo. And I'm talking about these things are just, they're lobster. They just don't look like the, you know, but once you cook them and you pop open their back and that meat pops out, yeah. No, I don't care. He says, Cal, are you worried that people know when and where you are doing this walk? Tell me you packing, man. I know lots of people that are watching you. Yeah, but nobody's going to do anything stupid like that. It's the Philippines, man. It's really, really safe like that. I wouldn't do it if I was worried. I would not do that walk if I was worried. And remember, most of the people who watch my channel are Americans, and they're over there. But, you know, Filipinos, they don't do, man, if they want you, they're not going to wait for you to walk on the road. They'll get you. When you go to get your newspaper, a cup of coffee or something like that, this is the Philippines. They don't play like that over here. You know, they'll send that 2-man execution team for you. They're not going to wait until I'm to September. If they want me, they'll get me now. They're not going to wait until September 16th and I'm walking down some lonely part of the highway. They don't play like that over here. No. Yeah, Brooks are good shoes. Yeah, they don't play like that over here. You know, it's the difference. You know, they're not going to argue with you over here like, we'll argue all damn day and then to go back the next day being friends. And you argue and you upset the wrong person over here. Just recently, a guy was killed here in St. Carlos City on his job, right up the street here at this kerosene place. Well, not kerosene. What do you call it? The gas that we use to cook. Well, anyway, him and the guy had got into an argument early in the day. The guy came back and shot him and killed him. Not a fight, an argument, guys. This is the Philippines. You can't come over with that same stuff that you're doing in America. Yeah, they do have the wrong perception. I mean, I wouldn't be any place where I needed a gun. I wouldn't be here. If I thought I needed a gun here in the Philippines, I wouldn't be here. You would think that it would be worse than it is here, but it's not. Crime is worse in America, man. I'll bet you it is because of our attitude. We've got that entitled attitude. Okay. Over here, remember I told you when Hurricane Odette hit, I was here. Right next to the condos I was staying in was a Honda dealership. Every window was broken out. All you had to do was walk in there, get on a motorcycle, and ride off with the damn thing, basically, or push it out. Nobody was on the street. Not one motorcycle was taken. You know what? The people was helping the business board up the windows. Same with the Jollibee. Same with the coffee shop. All of those businesses right there on in Mango Square, they was destroyed. You could just walk in there, grab the cash register, and walk out. They don't have that type of mindset over here. Are they criminals here? Yeah, they are. But not like over there, man. If that would have been in America, you know what happened during Hurricane Katrina. Even the damn police was over there looting. Yeah, it's just not the same way over here. Oh yeah, you gotta stay. Yeah, you can't. You can't. We can't own any weapons over here, but I think we can own pepper spray. So yeah, I think you can own that, guys. So I will have some pepper spray with me, but it's gonna be mainly for the dogs. He says our guns prevalent in the Philippines. Yeah, and Filipinos they'll manufacture their own guns. There's a lot of homemade guns here, but you don't see the mass shootings over here that are prevalent in America. You don't see all that stuff like that going on over here. He says, we have a car, but walk instead because everything is very close. See, the guy asked me, was I going to bring my camera? Of course, because I want to show y'all the Philippines up close. This is a beautiful country, man. You can say whatever you want about the Philippines. You cannot deny the beauty of this place. You can talk about the poverty. You can talk about corruption. You can talk about scammers, anything you want to talk. But when you get over here, this place is just absolutely beautiful, man. Some of the most of it, it's a tropical paradise, really. It's so green, and the nature here is just. I really want to say awe-inspiring. Really, I'm not overselling it, man. This is a beautiful, beautiful place. They just call it the Philippines. We're still on planet Earth. I was walking today. I mean, everywhere around the country, you're not too far from beauty if you're looking for it. But if you're looking for all that other stuff, some guy, oh, it's so trashy and dirty. Like, where in the world were you? Yeah, go down on the Magnificent Mile, and now that's one of the most expensive, you know, mile of real estate and shops and everything, probably in the United States. And you got just about every 20 feet is somebody sitting there begging for money. I couldn't believe it the first time I went there. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, propane. I mean, every 20 feet is somebody out there with a sign. I could not believe it. I was like, is this America? I know a lot of it is just a game that they're playing. Because, that part of Chicago, you look like you're overseas. It's nothing but foreigners and different things. They're probably saying, look at this. This is supposed to be America. And you see all that, man. I mean, because most of those places is most of them, they set up shop right where you got to either get off or get on the subway. But it's all the way down. Because I used to walk to class every morning. I stayed at the White Hall. That's what it was called. It was the White Hall, the White House, a White Hall Motel. It was 2 blocks from the Magnificent Mile. And I'd walk straight down every morning and back. And you see all these people. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was a shootout in Manila. City of Dreams and Casino. It was a shootout with security and police. It happened about 5 years ago. Now, you talking about the man who went in there and killed all those people and set the place on fire, was stealing all the chips and all that. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I mean, it's just so beautiful everywhere you see. You go to this People's Park here, man. It's right on the ocean. They got a park right on the ocean. So you're just sitting there and you're looking out in the ocean. You might see the ships going by, and then you see that Sapaway Island out in the middle of there. It's really, really beautiful. But yeah, guys, I got to get off here. I want to thank y'all so much for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up. Being patient with this internet today. I think it was just this computer. But yeah, guys, oh, they got crabs all over here. I mean, you're not gonna have any problem with crabs. If you like crabs, no, you're not gonna have any problem. September 16th, guys, is the walk. I know y'all think it's impossible, but that's one of the reasons I'm doing it. To show people that anything within reason is possible. You know, and you got to challenge yourself every now and then. You know, one good perk about living in the Philippines is the great weather. You can get out and about more. You become more active. There's no winter here. So you're not stuck up in your apartment or your condo or your house. There's no cabin fever over here if you want to. See? But yeah, I'm going to take y'all with me every step of the way. And I'm going to do this long walk Saturday. And hopefully I can hire somebody. I'm pretty sure I can with a drone. I won't need him for about 30 minutes. I'll pay him for a whole hour. Okay, TJ. Y'all take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time.